Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika here at Leap Taken. I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. Let me shut this thing down from making noise. There we go. And today is my re-review, my witchy re-review. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about a couple different things that I've already reviewed, and I actually have some other purchases that I actually have that I wanted to. They're witchy to me, so let me just show you. So first off, I went to Michael's. I actually just got back from Michael's, and I picked up these. Right now they're having a sale at Michael's, 60% off, like all spring decor. So since I'm doing a lot of stuff, which I can't wait to do kind of my little reveal for out back, I'll show you guys one once I'm get all the extra little embellishments up. But anyway, these are outdoor. These are not out. Well, they're gonna be outdoor candles, but these are LED light candles, and I love the little design on them. I think that'll look really cute. But yeah, I'm gonna have these outside and have some lanterns and stuff like that when I choose to be outside more at dusk. This is great for like rituals and stuff like that I do. This will be perfect. Yeah, so this is very exciting actually. I was happy to see that and get good quality ones like this, but on sale. They were like, some stuff was 60% off, some was 50. I'm looking for the price. Yeah, it said $30, but it was like, came out to like 15, so I thought this was a pretty good deal. I also got another planner. So let's get into this. So I got this planner. I didn't even, you know what? Did I rip it? No. I have been, you know what? If they're gonna have this type of cover, they really shouldn't put this type of glue on here. But I guess I can write the happy planner and let them know that. But I did go to, hi, the Princess Diaries. I did go to Michael's and I did see the planner lineup out there. So this is an 18-month planner, but I'm not going to use this like a planner. I'm going to use this like scrapbooking. It's something I've been thinking about. I have a lot of like paper products and like, photo quality paper. Plus I'll just get more because I'm that way. I have paper cutters and all that. I could invest in one of those little instant cameras. You got Alice Happy, the Alice Happy Planner. Oh, cool. But I got this one as I make a mess. But look, I mean, best year ever. You know, I live in Arizona, guys. This kind of makes sense for me. So I thought this would be a great representation, like a place to kind of catalog, kind of like a picture diary, if you will. So I'll have to make a point to take pictures throughout the week of various things that kind of hold, whether it's myself or whether it's an object, and just write a little something. It's kind of a spin on journaling for me. So it starts in July. Enjoy the wild ride. Isn't that cute? So it feels very Arizona, very desert. It's the regular vertical happy planner. So what I'll do is, because I can easily just get the measurements, and I have things to cut it out. Let's just say that. But anyway, like cut pictures out and have little words and quotes and things like that. Yeah, that's the dope cover free. Thank you. I like this a lot. When I saw this, I was like, do I want this? And it's spiral bound, and I kind of like that. So everything, like, this is not the usual thing for the happy planner, but I guess they figure like the other ones are doing well. Erin Condren, for instance, are spiral bound planners and stuff like that, and people seem to enjoy that. You can't customize as much. That's the only thing I can't. At least I don't think I could. Well, I guess I could. I don't know. I could always see, but anyway, yeah. So this is it. So I like the dividers. I like this a lot, actually. Born to wander. Born to wander, born to roam. I kind of feel like that about myself sometimes. Explore, dream, discover. I love this. I love this. But anyway, this is just given like old school happy planner scrapbooking. This used to be a common thing. I won't go through all of them, but it's cute. Look at this. Shine bright. Isn't that pretty? It's just begging for photos and stuff like that. So this is something I'm quite excited about, and I can start in July. So yeah, spiral, right? Isn't that interesting? I like that they have it. Like this feels, I don't know, I like it, but I think because the little thing had, unless it's specially cut and I'm not picking up on it. I don't know if the other Happy Planner pages can go into. I'm looking around for something from the Happy Planner. I'm gonna get this frame out the way. My mom sent me a pretty picture of herself, and I went to Michael's to get a frame. I came back with all this other stuff, books and cushions. Yes, you did. Hello, you made the live. Thank you for coming here. I'm trying to take a page out of my planner. I'm just curious, will it fit? No, it doesn't. So it in fact does not. It can't grab on, or can it? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm just curious if I could put like a previous page. Oh, wait a minute. I think they have it set up so you can. Oh, well, no. You know what? You don't want to because the spirals in between are going to bend it out of shape. So no. It is definitely not meant for any other additional inserts unless you have some kind of a punch that can do the spirals. No, it won't make any sense. But I love it. Even the back. Sometimes the back doesn't give much of anything, but I like that they have the little logo here. And it's just all what it is. This is the best year ever. It's 18-month planner. So very excited about this purchase. Another thing, just because I think it's witchy with my initial, and these were 50% off as well. These are like, so basically like $7 for this. But I love it so much. Look at this. And it's pink in the inside. It's just a little teacup. I drink a lot of tea. I gave up coffee because coffee's not just, let me tell you, if you didn't know, once you get over a certain age, I want to say over 35. Yeah, once you're in over 35, I feel like every other year, there's a new thing you can't eat. There's something new that your body just won't digest. Oh, you've been eating cheese all your life? You can't eat anymore. You've been drinking coffee, it's too acidic all of a sudden. Tomato sauce. Oh, one of my favorite things to cook, and easiest thing, and that everybody liked was when I would make spaghetti. Nope, cannot have spaghetti sauce like that. Heartburn central, like it just messes with me so bad. And if I was really paying attention, it always was, but I kind of ignored it. But now, no. And that started years ago, so I just don't even make it anymore. But tea is my friend. And what I was gifted a, what do you call it? A little like tabletop tea top thing, and it has the diffuser, so you can brew your teas. So I have that, so I figure I could just have that, and I have a warmer to keep it warm, and I could just pour it in my cup. It just keeps some honey nearby. I don't know, I'm getting very extravagant with my things, but there's like even you see the little indentions at the bottom of the cup? Like there's a little detail. I love this. This is perfect. Imagine if you're doing like, I don't know, a magical brew. This is very personalized. I actually got one for my daughter too with her initial, because why not? They're very girly. And she's like me, we like girly stuff like this. So yeah, I don't know, this just got me. I like the gold. It just feels like this is great for specially brewed teas with magical intentions. This will sort of kick it up a notch. I like doing stuff like that, having personalized things with your initials. I think it's from my time living in the South so much, because everything is like initials or monograph or something. Anyway, they always have that like on towels and everything. They always have that on there down in the South. And I've lived in the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida, and Tennessee. So I know what I'm talking about for some years. But yeah, I think they got me. But also for witchcraft purposes, this is going to be perfect. So those are the things. Oh, and if you are coming to, and let me tell you, if you don't know, I'm having on April 30th, so next Saturday, I will be hosting at a Safe Place for Witches. That's on a Discord channel. There should be a link in the description for that, by the way, if you haven't already gotten over there. But I will be hosting a craft day where we're basically making crafts for spring, for May Day, for Beltane. So this was on sale, 60% off. And this is just, I'm going to paint it. So I have these wonderful cuts. So this is going to be my craft, spoiler. I'm going to be doing some painting. I'm very excited about this. I get to paint it any color I want, right? So this is everything 60% off. So it's like less than $10. I can't remember. Can't do the math fast enough, but it was, and I don't know where the receipt. Yeah, it was in a bag. Y'all just have to believe me. It's relatively cheap. But yeah, I have a bunch of paint and stuff like that. So this is going to be fun to actually craft and to do, and it will be ready. And this will take me into the summer. So this is really nice. And I'll probably either hang it in here. I don't know, hang it out front. I don't know where I'll hang it, but I'll put it somewhere. Or maybe out back because it's covered. I have a canopy. Thank you. So those are my new things I got. So now I want to get into the other things because I'm doing a review. So let me get all this stuff out the way and let's get into that. All right. I'm going to start with more recent stuff. Thank you. I thought it was cute too. That they have stuff like that at Michael's. I like stuff like that. And you can get creative with the color choice that you want to use, the flowers. So it doesn't have to be traditional. You know, you can do a same set of colors or knowing me, like I have some paint colors like right over there. No, there. Where am I? Yeah, there. I can't point. Y'all behind me by the printer. Anyway, but I did pick up some extra colors, acrylic paints that I like. So this light violet and this turquoise, because that's definitely going on there. And I have some other colors already. So I'm very excited about that. So that'll be fun. I'm thinking the fence, I'll do a white picket fence, and then all the bright colors. I'm not sure. I'll probably mix it up. Maybe I'll make it dark green. Who's to say? Whatever I feel at the time. But I want to get into, the first thing is just going to be a set of oracle cards. And I want to talk about these. I wanted to do this for a reason. One, I didn't see, honestly, when I plan out these lives, I plan them out. Well, y'all know I'm a planner. I plan them out a month in advance. Like I wish list the stuff that I want in case, I change my mind, that I want to talk about, things that I know I'll need. I'll center like my purchases around it and stagger it so I could talk about on these lives. And right now, I still have some things that I still want to get, but it wasn't anything pressing. I thought it would be good to kind of this is that time of rejuvenation, renewing, and so forth. Why not review some of the things? Because I think some of the things I'm going to talk about are worth mentioning again because they've made an impact on my life. First off, this one, the Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracles. I've talked about these before. These have been very, what's the right adjective? Reflective, dead on, giving me everything that I needed and more and stuff I didn't need to know. In case you didn't know, these are the cards. These are the outside. It's like a bee themed. It's Beltane, Season of the Witch Beltane cards. So here's just like one of Vision. The readings I've been getting for these have been spot on. Meaning, sorry about that. Tell your brother not to call me. Thank you. Sorry. These cards have been spot on, and they have been like helpful in just giving me overall guidance. Like I've had to make some decisions lately about like a whole bunch of stuff, but like a while ago, and I'm going to do a video about this because I like to, I think this is the time to kind of bring things back up again or refocus on things that I focused on before and bring this back to kind of talk about the results, the RE words, you get, see where I'm going. Anyway, I had did some spell work last year. I want to say by the end of the summer, or maybe it was the fall. No, or maybe it was spring, about a year ago. I got to check my video files because it's probably more time than I realized. But anyway, I did some spell work and I recorded it. And I think in that spell, I was sitting outside out back and I was talking about, it was about abundance, prosperity, but really specifically about different revenue streams coming in and all that sort of stuff. So I'm at the place now where I'm on the other side of that. And I'm reaping what I did back then. So that's where I'm going with this. So within that, I had to make a decision about something, a different avenue I wanted to go with one of those streams of income. This is, I want to say, the main one. So Another opportunity came within that, and I was trying to decide what to do. And I could do pros and cons. Like, I'm old school. I will do a pros and cons list, like write it out on a piece of paper. I used to have a whiteboard. I was gonna buy one of those there on sale at Michael's, but let's refocus. I was getting crazy. I went in there for a frame, and I came out with all this other stuff. But anyway, so I did a reading for myself, and I used several different cards because I didn't do all this in one day, because I would answer one question, I would think of another question, that type of thing. So I was being that type of person who would do a card reading, not be satisfied with the answer, and do yet another reading for myself. Think about it, write it down, sleep on it, come back, and I have another question, because now I need a follow-up question to what I originally asked. But anyway, these cards put me in my place. But they put me in my place in a very positive way. And yeah, I feel better for it. But yeah, these are some of the cards that you get. The cards you can look look with all oracle cards. You could just take the message here from the card. What does this picture tell you? Milk and butter. It says, like the silk off one's flesh, I am the giver. I am your eternal. But if you look in the book gives a lot more detail. Let me show you the book. So here's the book, and it's color. So that's like 25. And I'm doing this for a reason, because these meanings, like, this is one of those things you might want to use the book. Just saying. So here it is in color. And then they go on. I won't read the whole thing, but it says, I'll just read one part. A lack of faith can and often is expressed in the quiet doubts and criticisms of your mind. But a witch who is tapped into source knows that all of her questions will be answered and all of her desires met. Now, come on. This type of message with me going back and forth asking all those questions. This is the kind of stuff that's spot on. By the way, it's interesting that I would pull this card now, having this conversation, and read that part. I just randomly did this, so that's what I'm talking about. These cards are giving. I did this old school with these cards. I did a smoke cleanse, yes, but before I even did that, I put these cards next to my bed, just on my bedside table, just to be around my energy. Like I say old school because when I first started out, people said to do that with your cards. And I do believe there is something to the old school's way. Listen, sometimes you just want to get the cards and use them, do a cleanse and keep it pushing. Or you put a crystal on and put them outside. I get it. But they used to say, they being the books of Wicca, from when I first started, would say, take the cards and, put them under your pillow at night or close to you before you use them. Let them kind of get with your energy. So I did that with these, and I do believe that was the best thing I could have done, because they really, I'm very connected with these cards. Like, immediately, as soon as I cleansed them and used them, I was like, damn, y'all really telling me about myself. And then I shared my reading and with some other folks, and they looked at that. It was like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, like, it was crazy. The other cards that are also super awesome that I've reviewed before, that have been coming into my life in the midst of me doing this question answer session with these cards, right? It led me to pull up some old fears came up. Doubts and all that sort of stuff. It rose to the surface, stuff that I wasn't thinking about, the shadow stuff, that part of yourself that tells you that maybe you're not that good enough, maybe you can't pull this off, that part. It wasn't that I didn't hear that message from inside, but it was teetering on that. So using these cards, I think the Dark Goddess Oracle cards, again, is perfect for that purpose. Like, when you are in that moment, sometimes you need to kind of just dip into that. Now, this is one of those things, again, I think the book is helpful, in my opinion. You can, after a while, you might memorize the gist of the meanings of the cards, but for instance, like Baba Yaga, right? This loss. So we look at this card, and it's in alphabetical order. It's not numbered. So we'll go to loss, L. Lilith is in here, by the way. or Baba Yaga. Why am I looking for lost? B for Baba Yaga, Mika. So lost. And it just explains, give a little poem or something. And then it goes on to say, Dark Goddess's Foresight. Spend time connecting with the forest. You have lost sight of who you are. Something that has been lost to you will return. Don't lose faith. Stop trying to seek attention. You aren't using all of your true potential. Something is being hidden from you. Open your eyes. So this type of thing. And it kind of makes you think a little bit more. You know, what's being hidden. Of course, you would, with the card, I wouldn't do one card, but for something like this, I'm going to do a full spread and really kind of get into it and probably most likely follow up with tarot cards as well. But this is good for kind of getting into the deeper meaning. Then they have, that's just one section. They go into more about every time you steal somebody's thunder, you're taking away their moment that they have earned. Trying to win praise for oneself by preempting someone else's attempt to impress is a completely fake way to receive adulation. Now, somebody probably needed to get that. I don't do that because I'm very sensitive to that, by the way. I'm very sensitive to that. I don't like when I see people do that. Me being the true Aries, I get really indignant about something like that. I'm ready to come at the person doing that. I've got the tact thing down. I'm better. It used to be worse when I was a little younger, but I'm better now. I know when to strike. Anyway, the other oracle cards are the Oracle of the Mermaid. Okay. This is not new. These have been out forever. They were new to me at the time. I did not know these cards existed. So these cards typically tell me off every time I use them. They are not, trying to be my friend. These cards do not feel like they're trying to get in my good graces. I feel like I'm getting, read for filth every time I do a reading with these cards. So when I'm really trying to get to the bottom of a situation or what I'm feeling about a situation and I can't seem to verbalize it, or my thoughts are kind of scattered on the subject, if I feel like something's hidden and I'm trying to get a better understanding, I feel like these cards give me a firm direction on what it is I need to be doing or what my thoughts are really revealing to me. These cards go there. First of all, I love the illustrations. I think they are like, come on, look at this vulnerability. This is another one. You're going to want to look at the book. You can look at the cards if you so choose, because I know everybody is funny about the books. They want to go with what they feel. And I think there's some decks you can do that with. And maybe even this one, because it's really about what the message is for you, right? Vulnerability. Open your heart. Allow yourself to be tender. That's what the card says. But there's deeper meanings. Obviously, with these cards, is a lot more deeper. It's a lot more information when you go in. They go into a whole thing. They even give a reversed reading for these cards. So that's another thing if you were interested. But it goes in, we all need and crave a sense of belonging. It is deep and primal. It is at the very core of our survival instincts. For in tribal days, if we were outcasts, we were either left as food for the sharks, remember it's mermaids, or we became strong and wise in our hermitage. So these challenges and hero journeys within our keys to inner strength and a sense of belongings to the all that is. And then it goes on and talks about the power of this vulnerability that you break through into freedom, self-love, and attract others with your open heart. It may return from time to time. It is often a theme in our life. So vulnerability. I mean, you could have got, I guess, the meaning on a card, but again, these cards are special to me. I've used these for paid readings as well because I feel like they really get to the root. I think the book or intuition really depends on the deck and my mood. I totally agree. I'm speaking about these, just these, these oracle cards, because there's other ones. I don't feel like I need to do that. Like my Moonology cards, those cards, the messages on the cards work for me. I don't usually need to go further than that. Like I can interpret just from those. And I use those a lot at almost, yeah, every moon reading. I use those in my paid readings as well. And they work out great. The only other cards that I want to re-review, I talked about this before, and actually there's an item. So I had gotten this around Halloween from Spirit Halloween store. This was in their, witchy stuff in the back. So they hold tarot cards. Isn't this cool? And it's heavy. This is not flimsy. Like, this is heavy. Okay, it comes with the sheet thing, so you can put down cloth, whatever, tarot cloth. I'm just getting the right words. But yeah, this is the inside. Kind of cool, right? So this is something I use. These cards are allowed. Let me get this. These cards stay in there. The Green Witch tarot, because these cards are for me. Like, I don't use these cards for anybody else. These are for me. I have used them, but I don't want to. I just want to use them for me. These guide me literally on my practice as a witch. This is one of those things when I'm trying to answer a question sometimes about spell work or meaning, or should I do this or something like that. I'll pull these cards. When I'm just in it from a spiritual point of view and I'm trying to decipher my dreams or something like that, I like to use these cards. When I was trying to get to the bottom overall on what do you need to do with this work thing and this other business thing, like how are you going to do this? I pulled these cards, and I did it twice because I wanted to be sure. And each time, I pulled two of the same cards, and I shuffled well. Two of the same cards, and the overall meaning was still the same. So I know I was right to interpret the first time. But I get like that about myself because I was like, I gotta check. Yeah, I'm one of those. I double check, I triple check. When I do my readings, I always like, I like to be thorough. I like to be thorough because I want to, if that card doesn't make sense to me, I'll do a whole other reading around one card so I can understand what are you trying to tell me? What am I supposed to be getting from this that it's not clicking? So I'm one of those types. And I will journal all of that and put it together in my head and see until I see the connection. But anyway, they're tarot cards. You don't have to use the book. You can. Sometimes in the beginning, I like to see what they're saying their meanings are, because some authors add something different, and I do want to be respectful. Like, they took the time to do the book, and I'm curious to know how are they interpreting. This one I think is pretty solid on their meanings. It's not color, as you can see, but the cards themselves really resonated with me, so they are my witches cards. Books. We're on the books now. Okay. So those are the things so far. Oh, let me put a tail in on that. So we're going to go to books. The cards, the oracle cards and the tarot cards are still in use. I use these things very often. They have significance to me. So I want to talk about that. There is an oldie that I've talked about a lot. The author, she follows me on Instagram. I'm like, I fangirled over her so much, the woman, like, and I appreciate it too. I follow her, obviously, but yeah, Astria Taylor. So I adore her, by the way, and her channel, her Instagram channel, and her books. So I've read this one and her other books. She writes about one of the elements. I can't remember. I think she does the air one. I got to double check. But anyway, I could be wrong. Anyway, love her. And this is one of those books that was within my witchcraft life. It was life-changing. The way she wrote about intuitive witchcraft tapped into what I had been blogging about years ago. And it just reaffirmed, and I felt like validated in my random thoughts I used to write out in my blog. Because like intuition and how it guides you, and within witchcraft, and when it comes to your spell work and rituals and just overall spirituality and getting more wild. There's another book I was reading for the book club. Leap Taken membership, by the way, there's a book club if you didn't know. If you come in this month, it was open to everyone. But normally it's only for the second tier, for the Leapers. There is a monthly book club. But anyway, within the book we were just reading, it says something about going wild, and especially for women, connecting to your wild side. And what does that mean to you? She talked a little bit about that in here, kind of like letting all the societal crap go, the what you should, the should be's, letting that stuff go. And then once you can kind of start peeling all that off of you, you can really know what do you feel intuitively, what's guiding you, and learning how to connect with that inner compass. I used to talk about this all the time. Like, what does your gut say? Because obviously there's intuition and then there's instinct, but those should be working together. You should be tapped into all of that. Especially as women, I think we just ignore, a lot of women ignore their intuitiveness and their actual basic instinct, like for survival. Like we're taught to be nice, a lot of us, especially of a certain age. Kudos to the younger women who are like, oh, no, I don't care, be offended. they look you dead in the face. There's a video going around, it had been for a while, on TikTok, where there's there's two black girls, they kind of young, and the one little girl, she's not a little girl, but she's a young woman, she's cute, and there's this older man, and he's a black guy, and older than me, and he's talking to her, and the girlfriend is recording it, and she is so not interested in what he has to say, and she's like, he's standing here, and she's just looking like, why are you talking to me? And he's still just talking, and I'm like, she's almost there, but at the same time, you have to be very careful as a woman, telling a man, first of all, he could have been her grandfather, but telling him, you're not interested, or get the F away from me, there's a consequence, because some men don't handle rejection well. Actually, there's a lot of men walking around that don't handle it well. I grew up in a space where I know what it's like as a young woman to be walking down the street and some man in a car pulls up and says something to you, and you're like, no, thank you, and you're like, no, and then when you finally go off and curse him out, and he throws something at you or scares you like he's going to get out the car and come get you, stuff like that. So, like I said, some men don't handle rejection well. Usually the ones chasing after young women like that, I can guarantee they're not going to handle it very well. But she handled it as best as she could by just making him look stupid and then, making him go viral. So somebody's pop is on TikTok looking stupid because he couldn't keep it together. But I digress. Anyway, yeah, you can see it's loved. I highlighted stuff in here. Anyway, this is one of those books that I would say if you are on this path, you should have this. You should have this in your library. And I don't say that about pretty much most of anything, but this is one of those books I think can be super helpful. I've read it cover to cover because I'm like that. And I don't know, it was super helpful. Majority of the book, it just, I don't know, it was perfect for me. And even now it still is. So it's a pretty meaty, juicy book. This is one of those things I still recommend. I still like. It's good. Another one that I want to come back to, The Scent of Lemon and Rosemary. So working with domestic magic with Hestia. Now I still haven't done any work with Hestia, but as a cottage witch, I look at this book and the way I use it in practice with that. Right now, I work with Hecate, if you didn't know, but that fits me just well. I have been working with her. There's other goddesses that I bring in and I work with as well, but mostly with her. That's a really good book. I use it as one of my reference books. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about Untitled Witchcraft. This book is awesome. I love this book. It's I like a book that makes me think, makes me pause, analyze, reflect, and get excited about my craft and my spirituality. Thank you, Intuitive Witchcraft. I love a book that does that. That's a good thing for me. Even if it's not about agreeing with everything, although that helps, but if you just make me think, because the book that I just got done reading for this month's book club, I didn't love everything that I went over, but it made me think, and it really challenged me, and I did like that. This book is a great resource for my magic because they have actual spells and things like that in here. And she doesn't list them in a common way. You see like how a recipe is listed in some spell books. Some things, but not a lot. But it's just sort of written out in like paragraph form. And I'm okay with that, but it's helpful, like plant bonding. Because I've been getting into gardening, indoor house plants and all that sort of stuff as well. She's like, by virtue of being indoors, houseplants don't enjoy the cleaning actions of rain and wind. This means they get dusty, which can interfere with photosynthesis. Using a soft cloth, wipe down the leaves of your plant. As you do so, take notice of the plant. Are there any spots or browning? Are the leaves limp? Open yourself to the plant's energies, which I do this, by the way. Do you sense anything? Is it trying to communicate to you? Do this exercise monthly as a way to form a bond with your plant allies. Let me tell you something. As somebody who takes the house spirits and all that very seriously, I believe that those plants are living beings, right? And I do believe they have their own essence, their own spirit. And there's one plant that I see is struggling, and I'm like trying to bond with. I talk. I was like, "What can I do for you? Let me love you better." You know. I went away for the weekend. There was a miscommunication with my daughter on how to care for the plant, but it was already kind of struggling before then. So I'm trying to like love on it, nourish, and be sweet to it as more leaves keep falling to the floor. I'm like, oh, but I hope I can make. The other ones are doing well. This one, I don't know. And I did get succulents because I figure I can't mess that up. I can't mess up the cat. I didn't get a cactus this time. Oh, yes, I did. They were outside. I did. And I got an aloe plant as well. So that's pretty cool. But this was wonderful to read and connect with. But things like that is what I've been using, to help me along my path. Just some different things. I like different ideas, something, inspirational. I've been using this book often, just for my private practice. This is one of those things. So now I went on and on about all the things I love, blah, 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 right? Let's talk about, because I like balance. So let's talk about the things that I never picked up again, in full disclosure. I was so excited about this book. It's barely been open. It's such a cool looking book. First off, let's just talk about like the imagery, like just the illustrations. The book itself is freaking gorgeous. Look at this. It's pretty. I love the book. I like looking at the book. I like reading the book, like for different things when I got it. The reality of it is I haven't done anything with this book since then. And I just wanted to be honest. I haven't. Part of the reason that I haven't is because I've really cut back on my alcohol consumption. So I haven't really felt this desire to branch out and try different drinks like that. So that's why. And that has to do with just like trying to keep a healthy balance right now with hormones and things like that. And things like alcohol can throw that off. Just trying to keep a certain balance, like food, workout, all that. It's not, I do drink, don't get me wrong, I still drink, but like not as much, not enough to kind of like, ooh, let me get my new drink for the week for this, like I'm not doing that right now. So I will keep this in my library because I love the book, but I think that I will also, it'll just be there when I'm ready. It'll be there, but like, I haven't did anything with it. I opened this book up once. And I was looking for an idea for something else, and I don't even remember what it was I read. I forgot, that doesn't matter, but the point is I looked it up, and I was annoyed by what I read, and it wasn't the book's fault. I just was like, I don't like this myth. But, which tied into me reading a recent book where they're talking about mythologies, and you're not supposed to take them literally. I understand that. It's all metaphorical. But sometimes, man, some of that stuff is so dark, and I'm just not in that space right now. So when I looked at this, I was like, this did not do the intended purpose when I was reading it. I like having it as a resource if I need to brush up on some mythology. I do enjoy, I like the idea of it. But other than that, I'm not, I just, it is what it is. Another one that kind of hurts my heart a little bit, that I didn't really come back to it. And this, I think I purchased this around the same time I purchased the mythology book, the Myths and Legends book. Let me pull this off. The Modern Witch's Journal, Chart Your Magical Journey into Hidden Wisdom. This is like a workbook, which I love. I never used the book. Ooh, what was that? Oh, I stuck labels in here. See, that's it. I never used it. It's blank. I didn't write in it. I didn't do anything with it. I wasn't sure if I would write in it, but I thought I might, because I thought it would be fun just to figure stuff out. Just to, I don't know. It would be a fun activity. Like I like writing, so I'm okay with that. Nope, nothing. As I got late, I didn't realize I put like clippings in here. I don't even realize I did that. So I'm using this as junk. Okay, Mika, wow. Anyway, this is like color magic type stuff. So you're supposed to write down like what this means to you or something like that on here or something like that. Like I thought this would be great for that purpose, and I didn't. But I will use it because I want to. But I'm a little disappointed in myself that I never got around to doing it. But I brought these out for a reason. I don't dislike the books. I just didn't do anything with them, or it wasn't the right timing. Which overall for me, if I didn't do this video, if I didn't do this live, I wouldn't have went back and looked at these. And actually, I looked at a bunch of books that I have in some of my cards and other purchases that I did and I talked about. And it kind of made me rethink. Like, I've been talking about kind of cleaning up a little bit, and I have organized a lot. I got some shelving, as you can see over here, and my drawers, my witchy drawers, I reorganized. I actually have an empty drawer because I cleared a lot of stuff out. And I'm not rushing to put a bunch of stuff in there just yet, but I took that seriously, and I actually did an edit of all of my stuff and took some stuff out. And I didn't really look at the books too much, but I'm glad I did, because I was like, I got some books in here I haven't really looked at. I like the idea of having them, but are they really serving me? So in the future, I'd like to do like a little giveaway of these books. They're pretty much brand new because I know I didn't really do much of anything with them, but I have some other books that coming up soon. I want to gift them to other people who would probably really enjoy them, right? So that would be, I figure that would be nice. So I'm looking forward to doing that as well. I'm going to go through those books and look a little bit closer at some of the things that I know, they're probably not going to work for me. Oh, same with the cards as well. I have the Modern Witch Journal. I glued in some pages and turned it into a spell book. I like how colorful it is, plus the hardcover. I know. See, we're going to open it. Don't get me started on that. See, giving me more ideas, because I will do that. I will do that because it is so colorful and wonderful. And that's what I was thinking. Oh, but the prompts are right there. I could use it. And it's so nice, and I still will, because I'm saying all this, I'm going to not force myself, but I'm going to position myself to make space to use this more, because it really is a really nice book. It is. And I like the hardcover too. Like water spells. Oh, keeping your energy flowing. Don't you love that? Like, these are all good things. Like, this is stuff like I want to be like using. I'm looking at the different Sabbaths they're talking about, because I know there's going to be one coming up for Beltane, and maybe this will be my foray into using it. Yeah, Beltane. Let me make sure. Is this the first one? Yeah. Yeah, Beltane, the energy of growth. Like this page. First of all, I just love the colors. But look at this. Beltane is the moon festival that occurs halfway between spring equinox and the summer solstice. which, by the way, I can't wait for the summer solstice as well. Like, this is my time to shine right now, and I love this time. I'm like perpetually, almost always kind of giddy and happy and silly and creative. This is a good time for me this time of year. I don't know, I'm very generous right now. I also like spending a lot. Like I'm very balanced. I like to do all the things, and I want things for me. Like I'm good that way. It's not chaotic. It's a very like leaned in, relaxed type energy that I'm on right now. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not calm. I'm not too energetic. I'm just right. I don't know. I'm very tapped into that this time of year. I was born around this time of year, so it makes sense, right? This is my season. Anyway, it's a nice book, though. It is nice. So I need to be using it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as all the different items. I can't wait until we do this craft day, Beltane / May Day craft day, April 30th. I look forward to doing that. Matter of fact, let me double check what time I said that was in case you were interested and you wanted to come. I'm going to just double check. What time are we meeting? We are meeting at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday, April 30th. And we'll be doing, you want to bring your Beltane May Day craft. So if you want to do like, your craft, by the way, let me get into that. This is my craft because this is who I am. I have a bunch of paint and I like painting. It's fun. I like tapped into the 5-year-old that was in me who once upon a time loved painting, and I like to do all that. I loved painting when I was a little girl. I like coloring too, but I like painting even more. And I've kind of gotten a little bit better the more I do it. You know, it's a skill. It's a thing you can learn. I don't know why I convinced myself for so long that it's something you were born with. Yes, some people are probably have a better eye and their skill is a little bit better. I think some people are born with talent to be even better at that, and their skill level will probably always be higher because they just have that thing. But we all are capable, you know, and I don't judge myself. Like that painting I have behind me, I dedicated that to the dark goddess that I work with, Hecate. So that's her altar over in that area. She's on my working altar because she has been guiding me for quite some time, and she's come to me in different forms, but that's another conversation anyway. But I did that, and I did that with love, you know, with reverence for her. So I think it's special, and you know, that's part of, you know, everything that I do over there. Like I don't know, that has a lot of meaning to me. And anything that I actually paint has meaning to me, but even painting a sign that I got on sale today, I'm using it to celebrate Beltane, and the energy of Beltane is serious. Like it's fun, it's creative. I feel like creative is like birthing something. That's where the fertility comes into play. I'm very connected to that energy. And I like to share it. I get excited. So I want to share that with other people. I want to guide you to get into that energy as well. It's really difficult for me to be around people who I notice are kind of just like humdrum, and like they're stuck in their ways and they're not interested in moving forward. My first reaction is I want to help you as best as I can, but I also shield myself because I don't want to get into that energy because I'm vibing so high right now. And by the way, the more you're in that vibration like that, things just seem to go your way. So I was doing these readings, asking questions, and overall the message was like, yeah, open yourself up to change, to opportunities. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. You can do this or you can do that. Like, don't stress about making some sort of change or deviating from your plan. Like, it's okay. I'm like that about learning to play guitar at 45. I feel like a rock star, even though I'm a beginner. That's right. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Musical instruments may be on my list. That was another thing that little that voice, or maybe it was an outside voice, because as children you think it's coming from within, the call is coming from inside the house, and it's really outside. They just got into your psyche where you tell yourself you're just not that good. I remember trying to play the flute when I was a little girl. When I see Lizzo with the flute, like, it means something to me because I wanted to play. I tried. It was encouraged to go into band in elementary school, to do something, extracurricular thing. That was big, at least this elementary school I went to. And I remember the band director or teacher. He was a nice guy. He was a man, and he was a black man, which is not common. By the way, just so you know, it wasn't common. Most of my teachers were women, and not really any black men. I might have had, like, your physical ed teacher might have been a black man, but that's about it. But anyway, he was really into his job. He was also a teacher, and he did the band thing too. He was also one of my teachers in elementary school, and he was super helpful with me and very patient and kind. So he was great. It was everybody outside that was like, I don't think this is your thing. So I tried to play the clarinet instead. I went to workshops. They had like a recreation program over the summer for us little inner city kids to go to. You would get a little breakfast, lunch, or something like that. And, they would teach you about music and playing an instrument. So I really tried. And I just felt like I couldn't blow enough air into I was so bony when I was a little girl, by the way. I was just a little skinny thing. And I just felt like I couldn't generate enough breath or something to get it to come out right. And I needed help. So I tried the clarinet, the flute, and I couldn't even get the dang on recorder to work. It was something else I tried. I forgot what other instrument. Long story short, people outside of my band teacher made me feel like it was just to give it up. It's a waste of time. And I did. I gave it up. So I quit in elementary school because I was like, man, this is not for me. And so I think I would like the idea of learning an instrument and kind of taking myself out of that lie of, I can't do something, and so what? But guitar might be good. I might try that myself soon. Right now I'm getting into this paint thing heavy. I enjoy it. It's so relaxing. I feel like it transport. Do you get like that with the guitar? Like it's like an outer body, like you're you, but you feel like there's a part of you that just opened up and just bloomed, like you're just vibrating in a way you've never vibrated when you hear it, and when you're doing it, it just feels right. I don't know. I get excited about crafts and things like that. Crafts are the gateway to witchcraft, man. Just like paper crafts, painting, scrapbooking, making things, furniture. Honestly, on some level, I wouldn't even say hair, because that just feels like witchcraft with a lot of people. And this is just anybody just doing hair, to me, can be very spiritual, but that's another topic too. I like my loctician because I vibe with her energy, and I think that's important. This person is in your head, Anyway, so I get excited about stuff like this, as you can tell. This is my time. It's just coming off of me. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. Just to recap. Excuse me. By the way, I got these from the Dollar Tree. Aren't these cute? It says spring makes me smile. And these are good glasses from the Dollar Tree. Well, $1.25 tree. I really like these glasses. I got some cute blue ones too. Let me tell you, I had some when it was the Dollar Tree. I bought some plates over 15 years ago. I still got those plates. They're just plain white plates. They don't have no scratches or nothing on them. They look like really expensive plates. Just plain, simple, off-white. Love them. Yes, hair and nails, makeup, and fashion. Exactly. Oh my God, listen, I'm getting to the fashion. People, okay, because I was watching this girl, this video, and she was talking about the whole thing about in fashion. People talking about, dress not luxury, what's the word? Like basically dressed like a rich person type thing. And she's like, that doesn't really make sense because when people identify typically and they'll hold up pictures of what's considered rich or wealthy looking, usually is Eurocentric. And there's nothing wrong with Eurocentric. Specifically, she pointed out and said that's more of a French look, like your basic classic jean, kind of loose, a white shirt, maybe a tank under it, not really fitted in, and like simple shoe. Where she was saying that other ethnicities, Latin culture, specifically African culture, the colors are bright, but by no means is that you're still dressed rich and wealthy. You know what I mean? So like you have to re-examine all that. But to me, thinking like that taps into your inner, what are you projecting? What are you thinking? What are you putting out into the universe? Are you saying that wealth looks like this Eurocentric look? Because if you're not, and you're saying, I want to match that energy, well, it don't match. I'm not saying you can't like that, but I'm saying if you're trying to attract wealth by dressing wealthy or rich, I don't know, you might want to examine where you're coming from, but that's what I'm talking about. When you get into this, when you really focus on things like fashion and hair and nails, and your ideas and your ideals around that matter, especially because it's all energy. What are you sending out into the universe? What are you sending out, let alone to other people? What are we picking up? Because it matters what other people are picking up. You might think, oh, I don't care what anybody else thinks. Well, what are you trying to do in life? Are you trying to connect with anybody, whether it's for business purposes, whether it's, for personal reasons? Are you trying to have connections with people? It does matter how you present yourself. Your look, the energy, all the energy you put behind your look, even when you think you don't have a look, that's giving energy. It's telling, for some people, this person didn't put much time into their look. It's very, a basic look. And people make assumptions based off of that. Should we? That's another conversation. But people do. Let's just be honest. We do. People present themselves a certain way. For me, when I see someone with colorful hair and tattoos and cute earrings and like makeup and but they might have on something basic, but all the other adornments, I'm like, they look fun. When I see someone dressed in, I guess what's considered high fashion, and I could tell it's designer and they put a lot of energy to it, I thought it was like, wow. I do think, wow, they must be a together person. They could be a mess. I don't know, but that's what I think when I first see them. I don't know them, but that's what I think. Not saying that by the way, the person that looks fun isn't together, but you know what I mean, right? That's my first thought. That's just how I am. But I think, I'm being honest, I think a lot of people are like that. About presenting, and I put energy. Like I went out today. Let me show y'all my little outfit, my Sheen outfit. So I went out today, and this is just a cute dress. See, look, it's short, and it's just a simple dress. It's just given, simple, basic, but with the earrings, and I have you hear that jiggling? I have a ankle bracelet I went and got. And like light leather flip flops that I had on is like a light color. Right now I don't have any polish on my nails or my toenails, so I'm giving real earthy, energy, with my little locks and with these wooden earrings. I'm giving that kind of energy, and that was on purpose. So yeah, that's, if you picked up on it, that's what I was giving, real earth mama. Because I'm feeling that right now. That's how I feel right now. So that's how I'm coming into, presenting into the world, or even here into this world. This is the energy I'm on right now. Yeah. So it all matters in some capacity. I think it all matters, and it's all witchy, if you ask me. All right. So I am going to wrap up. That's my time. I'm going to go ahead and go. Please consider going to the craft day. Glamour magic can help manipulate those energies, serve your intentions. Oh, yes, ma'am. I totally agree with that. I do. Yeah. I have a spell. I haven't used it yet. I actually purchased a spelled candle. I purchased 3 candles at once. One of them, it did work. Things are happening based off of that first one. I am actively burning, and the person who sold them said you don't have to burn it, the whole way through. You can pull it out and use it. And I've been doing that when I feel like I need it, and it's working. And the last one has to do with glamour, magic, and beauty and all of that sort of stuff. And that's my last one because I kind of wanted to build like a foundation, energetically speaking. And then I wanted to get to that. But it's funny you should say that because I'm about to start burning that one. I feel like come on the after Beltane, that's when I feel comfortable burning it, like coming off of that energy going into midsummer because I'm seasonal. I think like that. And to me, just think like the summer heat, I don't know, that's the glamour, the sexiness and all that. I don't know, it all goes together in my mind. That's how I think. So yes, glamour magic can help manipulate those energies to serve your intentions. I agree. All right, so I am going to wrap up and I'm going to go on with the rest of my day. I have some more fun videos to shoot this week. I already have my May stuff planned out. I'm really excited about that. And I have some fun stuff I'm working on behind the scenes for different services and things that I'm going to offer at leaptaken.com. Consider checking out the website, by the way, if you haven't already. I do offer mentor programs, a monthly subscription. I offer readings as well, 2 different types depending on what you're looking to find out. And I'm always willing to kind of veer off the track as well. If you have some other types of questions, I can help you with that as well. All right, and hit the join button. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, join if you're interested in the book club going forward. So you want to select the Leaper option if so. And Safe Place for Witches. Check it out. That's on Discord. That's a free safe space. If you act up, you getting kicked out. I've only had to kick one person out. And that was already somebody who was a bit of a menace under my comments for some time. And I had to boot them out because they were just being weird. Like, don't be weird. I said weird in a way that nobody was going to tolerate. Yeah, we're not doing that. But it's a safe place, meaning you could talk your witchy talk. Nobody's going to, question you in a way that's offensive. That's not allowed. All right, but that's all. So thanks for watching. Everybody have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.